Salut tout le monde et bienvenue à un nouvel épisode du podcast. Un podcast un peu en urgence parce qu'on a eu une grosse nouvelle tôt mardi matin quand les Alouettes ont annoncé la prolongation de contrat du corps arrière de concession de franchise quarterback Davis Alexander. Congratulations on a one-year extension. Is it okay if I call you franchise quarterback? Can I do that now?
You can call me whatever you want, I guess. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Franchise is it's well deserved. I think it's a title that I tweeted this before. Best in the nation, in my opinion. I wouldn't trade you for anybody else. Not anybody on the West Coast. Not anybody in the prairies. No one anywhere else. So I'm glad this got done. Last December, you signed the 3-year deal and you didn't explore free agency. So I'm just curious, why add the year 2028 right now?
Yeah, it just was, it was kind of something that both sides kind of wanted to get done. But we also wanted to make sure that, it was like friendly enough for our team to maintain the pieces that we feel make us special. But it also was just, kind of show a message that, I want to be here for as long as they'll let me. So yeah, just kind of something like that. And then I think yeah, just the money went up a little bit, which was of course nice, but we definitely wanted to the conversation that me and my agents had is, we wanted this to be, I didn't want to be near the top of the league, highest paid or anything like that. So,
Okay, so very clearly you value winning and keeping the guys around you. That was a big part of this then.
yeah, massive. It was, because I'm not in there during the talks, but it was the number one thing that I was saying to my agent, Fred, and saying, hey, like, if we have to play it out, we have to play it out. There's no problem. I got 2 more years and of great money as well, but it needs to make sense for both us and the team. To make sure that we can maintain the guys that we've been able to re-sign, and hopefully, there's still some guys out there that hopefully we can re-sign, and then maybe some other guys from other teams that we like.
So do you tell Fred, your agent, like, hey, why don't we explore this? Does he bring it up to you? Because I know, I mean, he's one of the most powerful people in the CFL. Fred, I mean, he's a character too. But
Yeah.
is it them that approach you? Do you approach them? Like, how did it kind of come about? Can you
I
pinpoint it for us?
Yeah, I think like in I think you kind of gradually as the year goes on, you kind of, not that you're worried about it, but things get brought up, and then I think at some point during the year, maybe between um, Danny and Fred, something got brought up, but we both kind of agreed like we'll worry about that after the season, and then in the your exit interview, the Danny had mentioned that, maybe we can get something done. I'm like, yeah, of course. And then um, Fred and I, we sat down and talked about it, and it's like, hey, if we can get to this, that'd be awesome. And then let them battle it out together, Fred and Danny.
Yeah, I'm sure those are epic battles.
Yeah.
So how much did, like, for example, how much did you find out? Like, when did you find out? I'm sure Tyson kept you up to date, like, throughout the talks and whatever. But what was that conversation like when you found out it got done? Like, how did he let you know, and what was the feeling there
Yeah.
when he
I mean,
extended? Sorry.
first of all, I wanted Tyson back more than anything in the world, and I think he wanted to be back here more than anything in the world. So we were when their contract talk initially started. We were actually in Toronto together for the Gunna concert, so I kind of got to see like his first offer about, and and the first offer is never what you want. But I just I just kept his head in it, and he has a great agent as well. So they're pretty confident, and then I also stayed in the loop a little bit with Danny about it because it's important. I need Tyson, need my guy back. So um actually, Danny broke the news to me first, but I couldn't say anything, and then Tyson broke the news to me. But I was super thrilled, and he deserves it all and more. So just super happy for him, and super happy he was able to get it done, and I know he wants to be here. So
Is that one of those where Tyson tells you and you have to pretend like you don't know?
no, we're good enough friends. I told him, I think I was like, I know, or I think maybe I might have actually texted him. Now that I think about it, but yeah, but I did have to keep it under wraps.
Yeah. So Sneed re-signed during the season. Mac got his extension last winter. Tyson obviously got it now. I know Rambo is free. Cole is under contract. He resigned last
Yes.
year. So as of right now, I mean, most of the weapons are in place. Like, how do you? I know we're a long ways away from May, but it's going to get here before you know it. Like, how do you feel about the weapons that you have at your disposal there at receiver?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. These are my guys, and some of my best friends on the team. And they're all so selfless, and they all they play for each other, they work for each other, and that's the best part because it's hard to do that in a receiver room to get everyone on the same page. Because it is a prima donna position, no matter what any of those guys say, it is. But. No, super thankful to have those guys back, and I know our chemistry is only going to grow further and further. We didn't get to play a ton of games with all of us healthy, um, and that's kind of a scary thing. It's a good thing, but it's a scary thing. Um, but hopefully we can just continue to grow, continue to build, and I keep saying it. I feel like we got the best receiving core in the league, and I'll stand by that.
It's crazy to me, Davis, because sometimes I think about it and it's like, you finish a game out of first place in the East, you go to the Grey Cup, and you won 10 games and you only played in 8. Philpott missed, I think it was like 6. The Mac missed a bunch. Like the only guys that were really healthy the whole year were Sneed and Rambo. I mean, like, if everybody can stay healthy, and it's tough to do for 18 games, but if everybody can play like 16 games next year, I mean, like, just what can happen on the field. I mean, it might be scary for everybody else.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal, right? I think everyone's goal this offseason is to stay healthy for 18 games. We're tired of hearing about it, and we want to be we want to be available for our team. That's what we get paid to do. But and rightfully so, right? Like people should be probably concerned, I guess, about our injuries until we show that we can play all 18. But it's just like I said, it's going to be awesome just to continue growing, to see that chemistry, the confidence grow from week to week, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It should be scary for other teams, but we also got to show up, and we got to be ready to work. No one's going to bow down to us, and no one's going to be afraid of us until we make them.
Where are you at physically? How do you feel?
Pretty good. So I just had an MRI done yesterday, kind of like our final MRI, because I head out to Arizona for at least a month before I come back here. Um, and the results came back pretty good. I'm still the big tear is fully healed, they're saying. And then I have two other minor-ish ones that are still healing, but um, the one that has healed the least is the lowest grade strain or tear. So
Right.
that's very positive news. The grade two is almost through, and then the grade one will I'll just have to carefully monitor, and I'm gonna start PT right when I get back in Arizona. Um, so yeah, just the goal is to come in, ready to play all 18 and give myself the best shot.
I'm going to ask you a question that nobody ever thought of asking you, especially not Grey Cup week. Like, if you had to put a percentage on it. I'm
Ah,
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke. And there's a little delay. There's a little delay when we're talking, so it just seems like you didn't think it was funny. But
no, no.
no, it's.
How many times do you think I was asked that during the week? At least 30.
uh, at least I would say there might have been one news conference where it was like 25 on its own. So you maybe
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
what percentage? Like, if you had to rank it out of 10, Davis, like, if you had to rank it out of 100, or on set, it was just, it was
Yeah,
fun. It was fun.
yeah.
Uh,
That's got to
But
deal
so
with it.
how long do you think it'll be before you're 100% though? Like all systems go. Like you need another month, you need another like 2 months. Like how long before you think you're gonna be full throttle?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more about like making sure like I don't start training at 100%. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so I think like by the time it's March, I should feel like my normal self, and but I feel like it could be earlier than that, but I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it till until we probably get to that March window, maybe late February, maybe. Again, I got to be really smart with it, and then I got to make sure everyone's staying in the loop and staying updated, staying in contact between my trainers here, our trainers in Arizona, and a couple, obviously our training staff, and then a couple other people that are involved.
So what is the next, like, what does the off season look like for you? Like you mentioned, you're going back and forth Arizona, but from a training standpoint, like how much time off are you going to give yourself? How much are you going to be in Montreal or in Quebec? You figure, like, what's the plan for you over the next couple of months?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get back and probably start PT, physical therapy. Let's say I get back on the 11th. I'm probably gonna start on the 14th or 15th right away, for about a
Jeez.
week. Just to make sure the hamstring's healing. Like casual PT. And then I'm visiting my brother in Seattle for Christmas. And then I'll be back in Arizona. Um, I'll probably start training as long as everything feels okay. Probably middle of January again, and then I think I'm gonna try and get back to Montreal by the end of January or beginning of February, just for kind of like a checkup. And then obviously I love being here, and hopefully see a couple of the guys. Go back to Arizona, spend probably the whole month of February out there. Come out to Montreal for another checkup maybe, and then I think we're planning to have like a bunch of the guys come out to Arizona. We're gonna train together, just hang out together, and I believe end of March is what we're shooting for. And then I plan to move back to Montreal full time by April 1.
Okay, cool. Do you need anybody to grab content while you guys are in Arizona? Like, do you need somebody there just like, I don't know, film or whatever? You think the company would pay for it?
Yeah, I think you could get away with it.
You think so?
I think you could.
But then it's a whole thing because the Sam's gonna complain, the camera guy's gonna complain. He produces this interview right now. So he's gonna be all sad that I'm gonna go by myself. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Well, hey, you could fit him in the carry-on, and then we'll take care of it from there. But I think like even Coach Moss was talking about the coaches going out there, so I bet you could get it expensed. Did I lose you? Is it me?
Yeah, 100% sure. But I think the coach being there is more important than me getting there. I think.
Well, yeah,
You
but
still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
We got a bit of a
I would.
delay, I think.
Do we need to redo that?
I say we just leave it all in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap it up. We'll cut the last part out. Well, Davis, thanks for doing this, man. Apologies for the technical glitches, but you hung in there pretty good. And have a great trip back home. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you, I guess, back. We'll see you back in Montreal in January, man. All the best.
Yeah, yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Davis Alexander des Alouettes de Montréal qui a signé une prolongation de contrat d'1 an. Donc, il sera à Montréal jusqu'en 2028 au moins. Il va avoir 30 ans. Donc, il va avoir plein de temps encore à jouer dans sa carrière. Donc, c'est tout pour cet épisode de Urgence du podcast. On voulait parler à Davis et on l'a fait. Donc, Davis, vous l'avez entendu, ici, il a pris moins d'argent pour rester à Montréal, encore une fois, pour prolonger le contrat parce que il voulait s'assurer qu'il y ait de l'argent pour ses coéquipiers. Donc, absolument incroyable de sa part de prendre un peu moins d'argent pour s'assurer que on est en mesure d'avoir des clubs compétitifs d'année en année. Thanks again, Davis. Appreciate it. I was just giving you some love for leaving some money on the table. That's all.
No, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you
All
guys
right.
always.